Hello everybody, thank you for clicking to my channel. It's so nice to have you again. So today's video I will be talking about what to expect if you're planning a trip to Nigeria. It's basically not the fun things to expect, it's the weird things to expect. But I'm also going to do another video telling you the fun things to expect if you're planning a trip to Nigeria, which I did travel to Nigeria of recent for business and some personal issues. So I had the privilege to experience some of the things that are going on now. Some have been going on for a long time. So that brought me to making this video. Now I'm going to start off with the airport. And I did travel interstate, so I had the experience for the local airport as also the international airport. So they're very, very, very different. So I'll start with the international airport. When you come off the plane, expect to feel really, really hot. Okay, yeah, you're in Nigeria, right? But I expect the airport to be, air conditioned and cool. And don't get it wrong, there are a lot of air conditions in the airport, but they're not functioning, not all of them. So you're going to feel so hot. I think they don't have a lot of electricity to power them, that's why. So that wasn't fun for me. In the international airport in Lagos, actually. Okay, another thing to expect is, when you come out of a plane and you want to get your luggages, there's always a machine that brings out the luggages for people from a particular flight, right? No, not in Nigeria, not in Lagos. What happened was, if they had four airplanes for flight that landed, everybody's luggage is going to come out from that machine. So you're going to wait. And it's so crazy, the crowd, and it's hot. You have to wait for that. I don't get this. I expect them to have a lot of machines to do this, maybe 4 or 3, but no, just one. That's something I didn't enjoy. Another thing I didn't like about it is when you're leaving, when you have to go back, you're leaving Nigeria, in this same international airport, they are so slow. Now, after you check in your luggage, right, you have to go through where they check your hand luggage and they search you and all of that. Honestly, they have only 2 machines doing that. So you can't imagine the crowd, the queue. Look, if you're going to travel, you probably usually would go 2 hours to the airport before you have to leave, right? Before you fly off, you fly, right? Don't do that in Nigeria. Make sure you go 4 hours or 3 hours, 30 minutes before you have to leave, because they are so slow. Because they have only 2 machines, which doesn't make any sense to me. And they have where they call the fast lane or something. That ain't fast. Because the fast lane still works with 1 machine. So it's still queue. They need to work on that. Now it brings me to the local airport, which was a completely different experience. It was very clean. The air conditions were working. And the machines were bringing out the luggages for a particular flight, not for 10 or 6 flights, which was really, really way different from the international airport. I don't get this. Maybe because they don't have people flying locally a lot, but it was way better. So they need to work on this. And this was in Lagos. Okay, so that's what you should expect. Another thing to expect in Nigeria is blackout. Yeah, the electricity, the light is just going to go off like this. Don't freak out. It's something that's been going on for a long time, and we really hope they would work on it, but it's still the same way. So you're gonna experience that when you get there. Don't freak out. So if you're relocating, you should get a generator or inverter, something to give you electricity, because you're not gonna get 20 hours electricity, talk more of 24 hours. So you should expect that. But for me, I was in a hotel, so for sure I had electricity 24 hours. Although they would take, the light would go off and then they have to turn it on, but it was way better. So you're going to expect that. And that brings a lot of generator noise. A lot of noise. Oh my God. And pollution. I wish they would change this, but expect that. That's what this video is all about. What to expect. Expect that. Then brings me to the other thing to expect when you're going to Nigeria is you're going to see a lot of queue at petrol stations. Do not freak out. As here, you don't see that in Germany and mostly other parts of the world, but you're going to see a lot of that in Nigeria. And this is because it's never steady. 1 minute we have petrol, the petrol stations are selling petrol. The next minute they're not selling. I don't get the politics going on in that, and it's crazy. And the price is never steady. 1 minute it's normal, the next minute they increase it. It's crazy. So you're going to see a lot of traffic, a lot of queue. This is normal. And because people have to also fuel their generators, hello, it's going to be crazy. So expect to see that. Now, another thing that I experienced, which I think they shouldn't be doing it. They never used to do it. Was I saw people queuing with a generator in the petrol station. I freaked out. That is so weird because they say, oh, they don't want to sell in jerry cans anymore, which is so weird for me too, because I still saw people selling black market in traffic in jerry cans, petrols, and I don't get this. If you're not selling jerry cans, how did they get it? So it's just still the same politics that I never understand. So I expect to see that. I expect to see first scarcity, as because it's never steady, it's never stable. 1 minute there's petrol, everything is cool. The next minute, boom, they just give you another shock. So expect that. So you have to like keep cash for petrol situation because it's never steady. Okay, after the petrol situation, also another thing I noticed is in Lagos, you might like, okay, let's say the price of petrol in Lagos maybe for a liter is like 200 naira, which is like €1. When you're traveling interstate, when you get to another state, maybe like you go to Port Harcourt, expect the price to be 3 times higher. Like it will be 600 naira, which doesn't make sense to me. Even in lower state, I mean like states that are not so commercial, expect the price to be higher. I don't get that. But that's what it is in Nigeria. So not because you filled your tank and you're traveling, you're doing a road trip to another state, you feel, oh, I can spend the same amount for petrol if I need to. No. You need a whole much more cash because it's not steady. And like I said, they could have forced scarcity or something. So expect that. That is something that I do not like. Another thing to expect in Nigeria that you should not freak out when you notice is you might be driving straight like this, and then there's this other lane for people coming this way. Expect someone coming one way. I mean, someone being against you when you're driving. This is normal in Nigeria. It is not right. And the government have put people out on the street to control this, but I think it would take a while because it's something they're already used to, doing this one-way thing. So it take a while for for the system to change, for the people not to do it. But expect that. And this is mostly because either they're trying to get to a petrol station next to them, like this closer, if they take a one-way to this petrol station, or they're always in a hurry. I don't know where Nigerians in a hurry to, but they're always in a hurry. So expect to see someone in front of you on the wrong lane, and they be arguing if you make trouble out of it. They be like, what's your problem? Expect that. It's just normal. And that causes a lot of traffic, which also means expect a lot of traffic. I know the government are doing a lot of work, especially in Lagos, to put people out there to control this, but expect to see traffic, expect to see people driving one way because they're always in a hurry or there's a petrol station selling close by. Another thing to expect is you're going to see a lot of people hawking on the street. This is something I do not like, but I've always seen this. I mean, like all my life growing up in Nigeria, it's been something I see all the time. Most times you're even going to see kids. They're curbing it, but it's still there. And you're going to see in a lot of places. Although there are some cities in Lagos that the government really control, that they don't have people hawking. But expect the cities, do not freak out. People are trying to make ends meet. And only advice I would give you is do not flash a lot of cash. If you must buy something from traffic, which is not advisable, but if you must, do not flash a lot of cash, as if there's someone who's with bad intentions, you might get robbed. So do not even do that. Another thing to expect when you go to Nigeria is you're going to see a lot of private transportation as compared to government transportation. And this is there's also government transportation though, but the only problem I have with it, I would advise you use it before, but right about now, because of the poor maintenance culture, they're not up to point, they're not on point, they're just not nice. So I wouldn't advise you to do it. But if you have to, okay, you can try it. And there's always this endless queue again about this government transportation. But the the private transportation, there's a lot of them. So if you're going to try, please try with someone who's conversant with the city so that you know the right things to do, because it's way different from what you get in Europe or America or Canada. So do not just jump into it. So these are what you should expect if you're planning a trip to Nigeria. And I decided to do this video as I just did a quick trip to Nigeria, and these were my experiences with things I found out, and some were weird, some were normal, so I just wanted to share. I'm definitely going to do a video of the fun things to expect to see in Nigeria, as we have beautiful things there, beautiful things. The weather, the weather is amazing, so I'm definitely going to do a video about that. Do thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below if you want me to talk about something you need me to amplify or I didn't explain better, and I would definitely get back to you on that. Follow me on Instagram, inspiredbyvon. I love you, but God loves you best. Till I see you in my next video. Bye for now. Bye.